So I broke the timing pulley from the motor to the actual headstock spindle here. It's just a injection molded piece, and it's probably my fault because I've got this massive 5-inch chuck on this. These usually come with a 3-inch chuck. This is a 7x14, I believe, just a Chinese mini lathe. This one should have come with the regular 3-inch chuck. When I purchased this, it only came with a faceplate. So it only came with this faceplate originally, and it also came with this. It's not a faceplate, but it's the actual mounting plate for a chuck. And I assumed it was going to be a 3-inch, but it actually turned out to be this 5-inch. So I ordered the 5-inch, super cheap Chinese lathe chuck on it was less than $100 on Amazon. And I had to take it all apart. It had all the grinding dust and casting sand and all the cast iron filings and everything in there, and so it felt like sand. But now it turns pretty smooth. But that's just a tangent. Now it's a chuck review and not about the gear. But it's about the gear busted, so this thing is out of order. So, alright, to get back on track here, this is the gear that broke. It's just an injection molded gear. It's 17 teeth. It's got an 8mm bore with a little 3mm key slot. And then it recesses, this back piece recesses into a recess on the motor. And then there's like another little washer that screwed onto the front. And it broke in those, obviously those were the stress risers really, and that's where it broke. Now to find this exact gear, they have them on Little Machine Shop. It's the same exact plastic gear that they sell, obviously all the parts for their lathes. The issue is with the whole coronavirus thing right now. This is, let's see, we're 24th of March today of 2020. We are in the middle of the coronavirus pandemic, now they're calling it. So there's nobody at Little Machine Shop to ship these things out. So who knows when I'd actually be able to get one of these. And it'd be the same plastic gear that I've already got, and I'd kind of like an aluminum one. Now, I found McMaster-Carr doesn't have anything with these exact dimensions. I could get a much bigger gear if I want the 8mm bore, or I'd have to go 6mm to get a similar size. I couldn't find this exact size, even Googling around in plastic or aluminum, or steel for that matter. I found one aluminum one on Amazon, but it was a 17 tooth 8mm bore, but it didn't have the 3mm key. It had a couple Allen keys on the, or set screws on the back, but because of the way this recesses into the motor, or I don't think I'd be able to actually set those. And then not only that, it would take months to get here. Like the ship date wasn't till sometime in May. So it'd take months to get here, and even once it got here, I'd have to broach a keyway in it anyway. So I'd like to make my own aluminum one, but in the meantime, I think we're just gonna draw this up in CAD so I at least can have something when I do machine that aluminum one to reference, so we got some exact diameters. Otherwise, I make mistakes all the time. But then it'll also give us a chance. I can throw it into Kira, slice it, and put it on the 3D printer if I've got a model of it. And then we'll print some and kind of test strength, see if it'll be stronger. I assume it's just going to break again, so we'll print a couple. But yeah, that's what we're looking at. So we'll get to it. So this is the way the gear comes off of the printer. It's a little bit of raft material here. Let's see. Try to get it with this. So, I guess that just clears off. That's just the support. Print them like that. That way the keyway is nice and formed vertically. They're actually pretty substantial. They're actually really crisp too. I did 100% fill. The one issue is with the shrinkage and the tolerance with the printer. This bore right here is not 8 millimeters. It's like half a millimeter shy. And I don't want to just shove it on there because I don't want it to expand too much and then just break again. There's some sharp corners in the key that would create some pretty solid stress risers, and that's mostly what I'm worried about. So I'm going to drill this out. The issue is my 8 millimeter drill bit is broken. Let's see, I don't know if you can, probably doesn't look too bad in the camera. It's dull, so I'm worried that the drill bit will just eat it up or crack it. So I don't have any other drill bits, but I do have a 5/16 end mill that the width from the flutes is almost exactly the size I need. The shaft that comes out of that motor is just a little bit shy of 8 millimeters, so this is almost perfect. This is a 4-flute end mill, which is not ideal at all for plastic, but I'm going to set this up in the mill and just use it like a drill press quick and punch that out.